Dave Hirschman, AOPA Media. We're just wrapping up a year and 200 flight hours in this fuel demonstration Baron. We've had unleaded gas in the left side, regular avgas in the right for the last 200 flight hours, and we've learned a lot about the differences between avgas and unleaded fuel.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today.
Yeah, so this airplane's got quite the new lease on life since we started flying it, because it was in pretty tough shape when we got access to it. It hadn't flown in years. We started with the airframe and we overhauled the engines, overhauled the propellers. We reconditioned the fuel bladders, did a lot of things just to get the airframe, fully ready to go. Then we took it out to Ada, Oklahoma, where the home of GAMI, where we could get access to a regular supply of G100 UL. Flew extensively in Oklahoma over the winter and spring. Brought the plane out to Arizona for the Buckeye event out there. Then we brought it back to Oklahoma, back to Frederick. We've been doing some VIP flying and showing some real decision makers within the aviation industry just what the airplane is like and how it behaves on the unleaded fuel. It's been quite a remarkable journey, really, for the airplane and us. This isn't so much of a test of the fuel as it is getting some experience flying that we're all going to have someday, with unleaded fuel that replaces avgas. And so, it's going to require some flexibility on all our parts. We've got to expect that the fuel itself is going to be different. And this fuel is different. I mean, it looks like apple juice. It smells like turpentine. It behaves pretty much the same in the airplane. You really cannot tell the difference. The Baron, it pulls just as hard on either side. You'd be hard pressed to know which fuel is unleaded. Once you're established in cruise, you can lean the unleaded fuel a little bit more aggressively, and you can use a little bit less per hour in fuel flow. So if it's 13 gallons an hour on the avgas side, it's 12.5 gallons an hour on the GAMI side. And but it's not a dramatic difference. The temperatures and pressures are pretty much the same, and so operating with the unleaded fuel is just about identical to operating with the traditional avgas. But outside the airplane, it's a little different because it's got quite a tendency to stain if it if it touches like the white paint on this airplane, and is allowed to dry without being wiped away immediately. The fuel caps on the left side that's been running the G100 UL, they're kind of stained in yellow as a result of the fuel that's managed to get on there. The tailpipe tends to be a little black on the GAMI side, and that's from if it runs too rich, even for a short time, it gets this black soot on the tailpipe and on the heads of the spark plugs. And it can be kind of alarming the first time you look at it and you see that the heads of these spark plugs are black as chimneys, and then but then you take a closer look and you put some shop air on the spark plugs, and then the soot goes right away. And we became kind of a bone of contention at Oshkosh this year because there was a significant fuel leak under the unleaded side, and there was concern that there was quite a lot of discussion as to whether it was the unleaded fuel that was causing the fuel bladders to leak. And so we had the fuel bladders removed and inspected, and we pressure tested them, And it turns out that you know, they were old fuel bladders. They were originally manufactured in the 1970s, and then they were patched and treated before before we started running the unleaded fuel. But there were leaks in both the leaded and the unleaded side. So we replaced all 4 fuel bladders in the wings with brand new ones. It's been quite a journey. We've learned a lot with this you know, during this year of flying with the unleaded avgas, and we're really anxious to share what we found with the rest of the general aviation community, because it's going to be relevant to everybody before long. You know, we've all got to prepare for an unleaded future, and you know, we're just anxious to learn all we can and share what we learn with the GA community. And this Baron has been quite a platform to learn. You know, our only regret in this is that there weren't other fuels that we could test during the year, because, you know, so far G100 is the only unleaded fuel that's been approved, you know, across the fleet for standard category aircraft. And there are several other candidate fuels that are very near to approval, to getting their own approvals. And, you know, AOPA is quite, you know, really looking forward, really anxious to fly with those other fuels too, because you know, we don't know how this is going to shake out in the industry and what fuels are going to be available where, and what prices. But, you know, it's very much on the minds of the general aviation community, and it's very much on, you know, very much front and center for AOPA.
There's only one factory in the world that produces tetraethyl lead now, and in the future that production is going to go away entirely. So like it or not, we're all going to have to get used to an unleaded future in general aviation, and the fuel that propels us then is going to be a little bit different than the fuel that propels us now.